We're going to look at finding the greatest common factor. So by definition, the greatest common factor of two numbers is the largest factor they have in common. So we can use two methods. The first method listed here is that we can list all the factors of each number and locate the largest one they have in common. Or, in method 2, we can use a factor tree and find which factors are in common. So let's find the greatest common factor of 12 and 54. So for the first method, I'm going to list all the factors. And the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And now for 54, the factors are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18, 27, and 54. So I find the largest factor that's in common. So I look at 12, and 6 is the largest one in common that it has with 54. So since 6 is the largest that's in common, I know that the greatest common factor of 12 and 54 is 6. Now the second method, I'm going to find the prime factorization first and then find the greatest common factor. So to factor 12, I can factor it into 6 times 2, and 2 is prime. 6 will be factored into 2 times 3, which are both prime, so they're circled. 54 can be factored into 6 times 9, which are neither prime, so 6 again factors into 2 times 3, and 9 into 3 times 3. And these are all prime. So now I have the prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. And the prime factorization of 54 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. So I'm going to line these up a little bit better so I can choose their factors that they have in common. So they first have this 2 in common, and then they have the 3 in common. So I'll multiply those together to give me 6. And now I know that the greatest common factor of 12 and 54 is 6. Now sometimes it's easy to do that way if you can find the factors quickly. It's easy to do it by the first method, but the second method may be more useful if you can't find the factors quickly. Okay, so if I'm going to look at 36 and 96 and I want to find all the factors between of those, 96 has 12 factors and you may miss some of them. So listing all those may take too much time. So what I've done is I've factored 36 and then I factored 96. Give you a chance to look at that for a minute. And now I'll write the prime factorization, but I'm going to write it so that I can have common numbers match up. So now these 2's are in common. This 2 is in common. This 3 is in common. And I have to find the product, which turns out to be 12. So by this way, I can see that the greatest common factor is 12. And this is much easier than trying to find all 12 factors of 96, besides finding all the factors of 36.